something my teacher Teresa harped on at length was not just getting the horse to have a position, but what the quality of joint flexion or joint control was. And something she really drilled into me was to help the horse have supple forearms and flexing hind legs. And what a lot of people, where they would kind of go wrong, is they would say stuff like, well, I can just teach him to lift his leg and mark the movement. And that kind of misses the point, because I want to show you something. You'll notice that his front legs stamp down to the ground faster than his hind legs go kind of slow. So when I do a diagonal step, I'll get front leg and slow hind leg and a tripod. So that's really common in a lot of horses because they tend to put all their weight on the front legs. So when I'm talking about joint control, most horses spend all their time with their knees locked. And even in movement, they throw their knee, lock it, and pull over the knee. A lot of horses get mechanical because people teach them to be mechanical, such as shaping a position. So they would like reward them for getting their head in a certain place or for putting the leg in a certain place. And that makes things very mechanical. Or even worse is restricting them into a position. The reason I love the whip is because the whip says supple the shoulder. So you can see that he put his leg down. So the whip says supple the shoulder, relax the forearm, bend the knee, and then put the foot down with control. And what my horse did was lock his foreleg, so then the knee wasn't available again. So something we used to work on a lot was teaching the horse to bend the knee and relax it. And relax it. Beautiful boy. So you go lift the shoulder, diagonal pair, and balance so that there's flexion in the hocks. So it's not just throwing legs around. It's not just positioning the horse like a little circus trick. It's getting the front legs to be limber. So what they usually do is like what he just wanted to do to begin with, is they lock their knee. They'll stomp it like this. And then they can't move over it. And if you try that yourself, you'll feel that you're not prepared to go anywhere. What we're trying to teach them to do is to be elevate, soft, bend in the knee. Elevate, soft, bend in the knee. Elevate, soft, bend in the knee. And it loosens their jaw and feels good on their back because it's very supple and it feels very good. And I teach my handlers, when you're doing in-hand work too, don't lock your knees, because then you become very imbalanced. So when you're moving, let's say we're going to do a turn on the haunch, it's got a dance-like quality. Supple, 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 controlled, not too fast. Supple, controlled. Supple, controlled. Those last few steps were beautiful. Most people, when they do turn on the haunch, they actually make the joint flexion worse because they throw the horse around on the turn because they're looking at the movement, not the quality. Same thing this way. Supple. That's why the whip is our best friend. Supple. Supple. We locked up that right shoulder. Supple. Keep the whip active. Supple. Good boy. Supple. When he brings that foreleg backward, it's locking up. Supple. Good boy. And then this leg should be ready to put a bend in it. So if the horse is moving correctly, see how he's got his weight squared over all four legs? That's a natural side effect of the horse having good joint control. When they're always locked in their forelegs, their hind legs are just kind of off in outer space. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about joint flexion in these movements. It's not about just getting the horse to take a shape. It's not about just getting the horse to move in a certain way. It's about that joint suppleness, having good control. Closest thing I can think of to it is Tai Chi. Go study that, and that will give you a good idea of how much control these fine motor movements need.